No, no, honey, I'm good. I could have another, but I probably should not. I got somebody at home. It's been a long night here and a long night there, and these long, long legs are damn near everywhere. Hold up now, you look good. I will not lie, but if you ask where I'm staying tonight, I gotta be like, oh baby, no baby, you got me all wrong, baby. My baby's already got all of my love, so no, no, honey, I'm good. I could have another, but I probably.
Hello, and welcome to the Fearless Listener podcast. This is episode 84. Today is September 24th, 2015. My name is Courtney, and you can also find me as Duchess Please on Ravelry and Instagram. And be very happy you are at home and not in my illness-infected house. The only person that has not gotten sick is my husband. So, it all started last week. I started getting sick Wednesday. And last week Wednesday, today's Thursday of the following week, I got sick with like stuffy nose, super sore throat. Cheyenne got sick too, was stuffy nose, and we were doing fine. I felt great by Friday. Yeah, I think I called out Thursday, um, and I went to work Friday, and then Saturday I was totally fine. We went to the mall. And then Sunday evening, Sunday morning, I felt like I got hit by a dump truck again. By evening, I got worse. And then Monday, I felt worse than I did the week before when I called out. I went home early Monday. Um, and then Cheyenne been better. Tuesday, she seemed fine. She started acting weird Tuesday, though. She started acting like she was shivering and she kind of like dragging, like I don't want to move. And by the time we got home at evening time, I went to grab her and she was burning up. I went to take her temperature and I didn't even let the thermometer finish reading. It started going up, 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 up. I grabbed her and we have a children urgent care. And that was at nighttime. So we went there. We were there for 2 hours. She had 103.8 fever. They gave her some medicine right there to make sure that it was going down before we left. They checked her for strep. It was negative. They said her tonsils were really swollen and she had stuff on her tonsils. But they told us it was just a viral fever. There was really nothing they could do. Just give her Motrin and Tylenol. All right. So Wednesday, I stayed. They told me I had to stay. She couldn't go back to daycare. She doesn't go to daycare. She goes to my mother-in-law, but she watches two other children. So I didn't feel right putting Cheyenne with the kids. So with a fever. So I stayed home Wednesday, and I got the fever down at like 12 before her nap time. She had no fever. She was fever free for the rest of the day. She started acting normal again, was fine. I thought she was good. This morning, I grabbed her out of her bed. She had blisters on her mouth, all over her hand. Her hands looked so bad. They looked like one big blister. I felt so bad. Her hands looked horrible. Um, so I thought, okay, she had no fever. So I was like, okay, it looks like hand, foot, mouth disease. The high fever could have been from that. I made a doctor appointment. Went to the doctor first thing this morning. Yeah, today's Thursday. I'm like, when did I go? Went there this morning. By the time they wanted me to take her socks off, she had it all over her feet. That she didn't even have that when I got her dressed. Um, then, so they said, yeah, she has hand, foot, mouth disease. Plus, they re-swapped her for strep, and she also has strep. So now she has strep and hand, foot, mouth disease. I stayed home today, and I'm staying home tomorrow. And she was resting, trying to play, trying to play. You can definitely tell she has sores all inside of her mouth, on her tongue, and down her throat a little bit, I think, is what they said. But So you can tell that they really hurt and her hands really hurt. Her feet, she started itching her legs. It went all the way up to her knees by the time I put her to bed. All in her diaper area. Um, I mean, from the waist down, she looks horrible. Her hands are horrible. She has nothing on her stomach or on her back, but the rest of her body, she has it on her ears. I feel so bad. But it's as sick as she's ever been. It's a little difficult, but we're making through it. She's allergic to amoxicillin, so they couldn't prescribe that for strep. They gave her something else that I have to give her for 5 days, but they couldn't do anything for hand, foot, mouth. So I put cream on it, but that's the best I can do. But that's been my 2 weeks. Very exciting. It means I got a lot of knitting done. And I don't feel like I got it done as much as I could because I play on my phone a lot more than I should. Because the way she's laying, when we're on the couch, she likes to lay like in my armpit, and I can't knit. So I play on my phone with that hand a lot. But anyway, I got a lot of whips. I don't have any FOs, but I have whips. Let's start with the oldest first. As my Rose City rollers. I didn't knit a whole lot on them. But the pattern is by Mark Catherine Briner. It's a free pattern. And I think last time I just started them. So it has a really short rolled cuff. And I did the heel flap and picked up for the gusset. That's all I've done. I haven't even knitted one round since. But I did this a little bit at work. One day the internet went out. So I did that. And this is Leftover Desert Vista Dye Works by Soul Base in the Yes I'm a Fan Phoenix Suns colors. And these are for my mom. Which I don't know if I said that last week or if I just found out since after I recorded. But my mom, I must have found out after, I don't know. My mom is coming to visit me for Christmas. I'm so excited. Oh, not just me. She's coming for Cheyenne too. But she's coming on Christmas Eve and stays till New Year's Eve. So I'm very, very excited. But yes, these are from my mom. And my mom, if you guys know, she's from Arizona. Well, not from Arizona, but well, from Germany. But she lives in Arizona. Oh my God, I can talk. She's lived in Arizona for 10 years. And pretty much since we lived in America. We've lived in America for 10 years. She's lived in Arizona for 10 years. And if you've been to Arizona in the winter or know anything about Arizona, it's the desert. It gets cold, I will say that. I do wear sometimes a winter jacket when I'm there because it gets a weird kind of cold. But nothing like here. Not in December. I'm in Virginia. So I'm hoping we don't have blizzards because I have to drive all the way to Maryland to pick her up. I have to go to Baltimore. So I'm hoping I don't have a blizzard to drive in. And the 7 years I've lived here, I only had a one white Christmas I can remember, and that was the Christmas I moved here 7 years ago. So don't think that will be a problem. But that brings me to one of my next whips. I'm gonna warn, it has cursing on it. I wrote my show notes because I feel like I looked too much down on the iPad and fiddled too much with it. So I can't show you pictures of what the finished product's gonna look like, except, let me just pull it up, but I don't think I will even show them. Actually, I will not show them because otherwise I have to mark this as explicit. My mom is not one to curse, so I showed them to her to see her reaction, and she pretty much begged me to make them. So I didn't want to tell her I was going to make them, but I am, and she's probably going to leave them here for me because she'll only need them when here. But they're called the How Cold Is It mittens. Or How Cold Is It is the pattern called, but they're mittens. And it's by Drunk Girl Designs, and I'm using stash yarn, Knit Picks palette in Sky and White. And here's the back. And then the front, you can't see it yet, so I'll show it. Kind of can, but kind of can't. It's kind of like a bleep. You know what it's going to say, but it's not saying it. They're going to say it's cold as F. Leave it at that. So, pretty funny. And I'm using, I don't think I said, with the socks I'm using US1 2.25 millimeter needles. These are using US2 2.75 millimeter needles. Right now they look kind of funky. I didn't even think about telling you guys. This is where the thumb goes. So there's waste yarn here, and I cast it on the stitches, but I haven't rejoined that part, so that's why this needle is kind of doing its own thing right now. And I just realized I didn't check the microphone. Oh, it's good. Okay. Sorry. That would have been really bad if I recorded this whole podcast and then figured out that my computer, it does it really randomly. It will select the wrong microphone. It will select my laptop's microphone, not the camera's, and you can't hear me. So, sorry. I have to double check. Alright, then I also cast it on. Remember, I was talking about wanting to cast on a sweater, and I was gonna cardigan, and I was gonna cast on Hitafute. I cast on a cardigan, but not for me. I cast on the antler cardigan by Tin Can Knits, and if you remember, I've knit that for me, and I'm making a matchy one for Cheyenne out of the same yarn. It's Lion Brand Fisherman's Wool in the oatmeal color. And I'm using a US6 for the ribbing, which is a 4.0 millimeter needle, and then US8 5.0 millimeter needles. And I'm making the 2 to 4 year size. So you knit the sleeves first. I've knitted with 1 and 2. And then you start the body, and you join the sleeves. Done all that. And I'm on the yoke. I thought that I started this way before, like I feel like I've casted this on a month ago, but I checked all my notes. I casted this on the day after I recorded last, so 2 weeks ago. And I just did 1 cable. You can't see anything on that yet. And then this is where you join, so you have a big gaping hole that you seam together on both sides. But man, I need to knit baby sweaters more often. They go so fast. I didn't realize how fast a baby sweater goes. So I have left the yoke and the button band. That's it. And then I also cast it on something else. This is kind of enabling at the same time. And it's kind of on hold now. I casted that on yesterday. I casted on Patch, which is a stuffy. It's a pumpkin by Susan Clodino. And I'm using some newly acquired yarn. It's Gnome Acres, so I'm grabbing all the parts. And I'll get to the, well, it's the Halloween mini set. So I finished all the parts. These are the legs. And the green, so it's a Halloween mini bundle set. So I'm not 100% sure what the colors are, but I'm pretty damn sure I know which one they are. The green is Mr. Frankie. And then the variegated is Gnomes of the Corn, I'm pretty sure. So these are the legs. These are the arms. And then here's his little body and his big old head. And the head is a mini skein from Gnome Acres. You can buy individual mini skeins and it's just orange. But he's on hold right now because I'm at the part where you are supposed to add his eyes, and I don't have white felt or safety eyes. So I gotta go to Joann's and get that. And I'm using US 1 2.25mm needles. And here's what I have left of the mini skeins. Alright. So then on to enabling. Well, you already saw most of it, but I just want to show how her packaging is so cute. I got the orange in the individual bag, and then so I stuffed them all in there, picking out the colors. They were in there much cuter, well, more organized. But it's the Halloween mini skein collection, and I bought it to make patch. Like I saw a patch when it first came out, and I wanted to make one for a while, and I finally made one for Cheyenne for Halloween. And I saw them made a lot of them made them out of the Halloween mini skein set. I really liked them, so I asked her if she was gonna sell the bundle set, and she told me yes. And I set an alarm for that shop update, and I snatched one up. So it comes in Witch's Brew, Gnomes of the Corn, Mr. Frankie, Mrs. Frankie, Trick or Treat, Smell My Feet, Monster Kerfuffle, Candy Corn, and Beetlejuice. So 9 mini skeins. 9 mini skeins, 20 yards each in the house gnome base. Very cute. And then another enabling, my Camp Loopy prize yarn came. I love it. You get to pick between 3 colors, and surprise, I mean, this is purple, gray, and turquoise. Please, I cannot say no to this. It's Dream in Color, which now just says Dream. Did they change the name? I don't know. Smooshy. And this is a generous skein. It's 670 yards. I don't know what I'm gonna make with this. Excuse me. It's 100% superwash merino in the Cool Safari Nights color. Makes Camp Loopy all worth it. I love this. I don't know what I'm gonna make out of it. It's gonna be amazing. But that's all I have. I didn't touch my Fractal Danger, so I didn't touch Fractal Danger or Low Tide. Those are my 2 whips that didn't get any love in the last 2 weeks, but I casted a bunch of stuff on. So patches and time out. I'm gonna go back to Antlers. Cheyenne is awake time knitting, and the mittens are Cheyenne is asleep. So I'm about to knit on the mittens. Alright, I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Bye.
No, no, honey, I'm good. I could have another, but I probably should not. I got somebody at home.